What up, everybody? Welcome to Linux Bennett channel. Hopefully, everyone see this already. This is very, very important. This is, as you can see, is the Caribbean Examination Council broad topics release, and it's for the week during from the 23rd to the 27th. All right. So week one. I don't know why they don't just release everything, but let them do them thing. All right. So we're gonna be going through them as quick as possible, so persons for respective subjects can know what they are supposed to be zooming in on. Remember, the multiple choice, you're required to do all the syllabus. So to be honest, it doesn't really matter if they put it out, but like for the paper 3 or the 3-2 paper over here, this is very, very important to those persons, all right? Because they will be sitting at third paper. They're not as fortunate to sit the SBA like some schools, all right? Most adults are private candidates, all right? So for agricultural science, and this is for double award, we're going to focus on economic factors of production, farm organization and planning, structure, autonomy and psychology, animal nutrition and management, environmental factors affecting crop growth, harvesting and post-production management, conventional and non-conventional crops and livestock farming systems, importance of agriculture in national and regional international economies. And you know, naturally you're gonna know the advantages, disadvantages, and all of that. So we're not gonna go in depth, we're just gonna touch it to persons if persons have not seen it. We should by now, right? Everyone should have an interest and a push to go towards this, all right? And it says, and this is for the single award, economic factors of production, farm organization and planning, structure, autonomy, and physiology, animal nutrition and management, environmental factors affecting crop growth, harvesting and post-production management. So it's very, very similar to one, but for the paper 3, it's not applicable. Let me just go back up here because I think I left out this for the paper 3, entrepreneurship in agriculture, communication in agro-business, nursery management technologies for non-conventional crop production, post-production and then processing of livestock, management and practices in rearing livestock, housing requirements for different class of livestock, and 8, agri-engineering, appropriate care and maintenance of simple tools and equipment. So you know what you're supposed to do. So get it done. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go. All right, let's look at Caribbean history. I'll be doing a number of paper ones on that. So definitely, guys, make sure you zoom in on these paper too. All right, so team, the indigenous people and the Europeans, that's for sure. So we're going to look at migration, settlement of indigenous people in the Caribbean and South and Central America. The Spanish exploration of indigenous labor. Team 2, Caribbean economy and slavery. So you're going to look at the change from tobacco to sugar in the 17th century to the slave labor and the sugar plantation. Team 3, resistance and revolt and its method of resistance. Women in resistance to slavery, the Asian Revolution and its consequences. So you're gonna know about Toussaint Louverture and all of those things. All right. Team 4, metropolitan movement towards emancipation. 1, amelioration. 2, the Emancipation Act. So you must know what it is, the date, etc. Team 5, adjustment to emancipation. Why this always a come from the screen? Not ready yet. I'm not ready yet to download it. One, two, no there. All right, team 5, adjustment to emancipation. And that's from 1838 to 1876. Missionary involvement in free village movement, the consequence of establishment of the peasantry, the old representative system of the crown colony. And we matter about the British rule and all of those things. 4, team 6, the crisis of sugar industry and late 19th century. The growth of the Cuban sugar industry of the 19th century and the United States Caribbean Pacific. The Grenada invasion in 1983, the reform of the Castro regime in Cuba. So team 8, the Caribbean political development up to 1985. All right, so guys, look at that revolutionary reform policies of the Cuban Revolution. Puerto Rico's status with the USA. So you see, it's recent. The role of trade unions improving social and economic conditions, and then the Caribbean celebrations. All right, on to a very, very technical subject, which is chemistry. Again, I'll be doing a number of paper ones for you guys. Those normally repeat. So we're gonna look at chemistry. So it's energetics, mole concept, acid-base salt, reactivity and extraction of metals, use of metals, oxidation and reduction reaction, electrochemistry, organic chemistry, which is an introduction, reactions of carbon compounds, impact metal on living and environmental. So we're going to look at non-metal qualitative analysis, right? Creating letterhead with logo. Oh, that's it for chemistry, only 12 topics. Oh my God. And then you have the mole concept, acid-base salts for the paper 2, oxidation, reduction reaction, and qualitative analysis. So you must know the difference between qualitative and quantitative. All right, very important. All right, let's look at EDPM, or what we call, what is the proper name is electronic document preparation and management. Creating letterhead with logo, typing letter on letterhead, 2-page letter in block style format, manuscript sign, formatting features, creating brochure from given information, inserting bullets, create circular process chart, inserting footer, creating memorandum, doing Excel operations such as using formula to calculate totals, minimum, maximum, and average. That should be a cakewalk for you guys. Inserting charts to show comparison and designing certificate with borders. And for the paper 2, you're going to create letterhead with logo, typing letter on letterhead, and block style as a note, inserting appropriate subject line, inserting typist initial, creating attendance register and use appropriate software, formatting features, use color codes to represent specific information, inserted suitable shading, create a memorandum, creating flyer and skeletal notes, and then say create program from given information and page orientation. And that should do it for EDPM. On English B. This paper is divided into 3 sections. So section A, drama, Shakespeare and modern drama. This consists of 2 types, a question and 1 each text. Section B, poetry. This section consists of 2 type B questions, 1 generic question allowing candidates to use 2 appropriate choices from the prescribed poems, and 1 question based on 2 named poems from the prescribed list. And section C, prose fiction, either West Indian novel or other novels in English or West Indian short story and other short stories in English. This section consists of 4 questions, 2 type A question, 1 on each prescribed novel, and 2 type B question on generic questioning, allowing candidates to use 2 appropriate choice from the prescribed short story and the question-based name short story from the prescribed list. I don't have no idea what's that all about, but it sounds exciting. All right, so this paper 2, paper 3, and paper 3-2, this consists of guided critique, 3 critiques of stimulus material, an excerpt from recent newspaper article on a topical issue, a cartoon strip or lyrics to a song on the same topical issue. And it's a poem, short story, public speech extract on the same issue. I have no issue with that. I cannot elaborate. I did not do literature in. This is what I love, food. So food and nutrition, and health, lifestyle diseases, dietary choices in the Caribbean, 3 factors affecting dietary needs, food security and elderly, right? And then we have deficiency, diseases, meal planning, oh my God, this is exciting, nutrition in the elderly, packed meal, food spoilage, food preservation, effect of heat and food, faults in cake making, small equipment and electrical devices, fuel conservation, consumerism, and food hygiene. And for paper 3, that's not applicable. So yeah, you guys should have baked and burned. Sorry, you guys should have baked your cake already. Big up Shannon Bowley. Yeah. All right. So industrial technology, and it's gonna be one method employed in production and use of basic engineering material, forces applied to solid materials, heat treatment methods, bench work operations, processes used for shape material, and the function of special parts, accessories, and processes. So you must know your tools and stuff. All right. Let's move on to social studies. This is one of the subjects that I consider to be getting very, very challenging for students. So guys, pay attention to this, all right? Section A, answer all questions, rules of the family, social issues that influence Caribbean family life, cultural diversity, cohesion in groups and institution, functions in institution, factors that influence voter participation. We're gonna look at location and use of natural resources. What the hell? What the hell is going on? Why don't leave my computer? Sustainable development and use of natural resources, stages in integration, movement, object of OEC, CARICOM, and CSME. All right, and benefits of regional integration. Already, I have a number of past papers. You guys definitely need to check out this. All right. Section B, answer only one of the question. Forms of communication. So you must know different forms of communication. Global media, cultural penetration and development, communications, technology and regional integration, factors which influence consumer demand, ways of consumer practice strict, effects of globalization and trade liberalization, land-based and cruise tourism, tourism industry and physical environment, government policies that influence the development of tourism. And you know, the Caribbean depends a lot on tourism. I think it should be farming. All right. Anyway, let's look at problem statement. That's for paper 3, identification of features, research question, types of surveys, benefits and limitation of data gathering instrument, source information, sampling method, presentation of data, and recommendations from research. All right. Building technology. So floor plans are required convention, sectional drawings and details, building convention component, scale drawings, prepare working drawings showing dimension and animations, mechanical engineering drawing, orthographic projection, assembly drawing, sectional views and required convention, screw fasteners, scaling drawings, and the last one, preparing working drawing to show dimension and annotations. All right. And for paper 3, that is not applicable. All right. So they don't offer that for paper 3. So clothing and textile, I already have these on my channel, guys, ensuring that you're going on them, right? Importance of textile terminologies, yarn construction, technological developments in fibers and fabric construction. Number 5, terms relating to color, the color wheel, the classification of dye, methods of color application, fabric finish, laundry equipment, soap detergent, management principles, conflict resolution, careers in clothing and fashion industry, consumerism, principles of design, soft furnishing, fashion elements, equipment, tools, and supply used in fashion sketching, drawing, and pattern development. And then we have measurement for fashion, sketching, and drawing. All right, health and safety in sewing lab. So you must know the safety and how to take care of yourself in the lab. If you want to become a fashionist, you have to be careful. All right, let's go on to another topic, another subject rather. So that's 22, that's pretty intense. All right, Caribbean Advanced Examination, which is the CAPE, and we're gonna look at agricultural science. So carbon cycle and the agricultural production. 2, agricultural trade. 3, propagating orchid crops. 4, production of traditional crops. 5, importance of non-conventional crop farming system. And then you have post-harvest technology, processing procedure, processing a crop, commodity, and then developing a business plan. And that is not applicable. And then now we have building and mechanical engineering drawing, So it's Archimedean spiral, orthographic projection, screw threads, truncated designs, sectional details, designing disability access in buildings, and then you have the mechanical engineering drawing. All right, so let's go. So that's for building, and then this is for mechanical engineering drawing. And both of them have a lot of similarities. Archimedean spiral, orthographic projection, screw thread, truncated design, assembly, drawing, and project design. All right, so all the best guys with this. I know a lot of persons run from these, but guys, just running these. All right, so let's move on to Caribbean studies. Again, that will be done on my channel. We got Mr. Riley, a legendary teacher of St. Mary's College. All right, historical processes, and this is the Caribbean studies. Movement towards independence, yeah. Importance of societal institution and Caribbean people, intellectual tradition, economic and political thought. 3, Caribbean global interactions, and that look at the Caribbean influences on extra-regional countries. 4, roles and functions of the mosque. All right, and that's research, gender issue in the Caribbean country, and agriculture in a named Caribbean country. And for chemistry, remember this is the Cape now, atomic structure, forces attraction, energetics, redox equilibrium and acid, base equilibrium, rates of reaction, and we're gonna focus on group 7 and transitional metals, identification of cations and anions. And for the paper 3, the mole concept, you're gonna look at the mole, 6.2 type 10 to the 23, rates and reaction, buffers, and pH. So you're gonna know what pH, what degree it's at. All right, so let's look at electrical and electronic technology, personal protective equipment, which is PPE, electrical burns. Lord Jesus, please don't kill yourself, people. So don't go out there. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, magnetic field related calculations, moving coil, galvanometer, effects of electricity on the body. Oh God, I don't want to know that. I don't want to know the effects, trust me. Thevenin's theorem of DC circuits, and then look at the AC circuits calculation. And for paper 3, it's not applicable. All right, let's see what subject come now. Environmental science, and this is a whole lot. Oh my God. All right, differentiation between the key ecological terms and concept. B, the importance of biochemical cycles, which is in nitrogen, significance of biochemical cycles to organisms, types of interaction between organisms in communities, the process of natural and selection of adaptation to the environment, determine the population size using appropriate sampling methods, calculation of species diversity, factors affecting population growth in a natural ecosystem. 9, the concept of carrying capacity. 10, presenting and interpreting data using appropriate charts, tables, and graphs. And that's very important. Demographic characteristics of human population, historical trend in human population size, interpreting demographic tables, graphs, and charts. 4, calculation of changes, demographic characteristics. Unless it's not done. 15, factors affecting population growth rate. 16, relationship between population and poverty. Population growth and poverty. Poverty are for you guys, all right? Principal ways people impact negatively on the environment and how to mitigate these impacts, all right? Explanation and term of natural resources, and we have differentiating between renewable and non-renewable natural resources, all right? What are the non-renewable and what are the natural resources, all right? Exhaustible and inexhaustible resources. Again, everything come back to Jaha. All right, let's look at this with this long list. I'm not going to go through them. Explanation of how ecosystems are self-sustaining. 2, the process of natural selection and adaptation to the environment. 3, factors affecting population growth and natural ecosystem. 4, the concept of carrying capacity. 5, presenting and interpreting data using appropriate charts, tables, and graphs. Relationship between people and environment, demographic characteristics of human population. And 8, historical trend in human population size. 9, interpreting demographic tables, graphs, and charts. 10, calculation of changes in demographic characteristics. 11, relationship between population growth and poverty. 12, relationship between population growth and sustainable development. 13, explaining the term natural resources, differentiate between renewable and non-renewable natural resources, exhaustible and inexhaustible resources. And 15, differentiating between consumptive and non-consumptive use of natural resources. All right, importance of natural resources in the Caribbean, justifying the need of natural resources conservation. 18, measures and tools available and natural resource management and conservation, international environmental and conservation agreements. And 19, ways indigenous people use and manage natural resources. Oh my God, that was exhausting. Let me have a drink. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one, whichever subject that may be. Never finished. 20, differentiate between consumptive and non-consumptive use of natural resources, major categories and natural resources in the Caribbean countries, location and distribution of natural resources in the Caribbean, factors affecting natural resources use in the Caribbean, environmental impact of natural resources use including tourism, major tools available for natural resource management, and ways indigenous people use and manage natural resources. Now we're going to look at financial services study. All right, onshore and offshore banking. 2, offshore financial centers. 3, financial regulations. 4, fixed income securities. 5, bond pricing, including calculation. 6, demand and supply for bonds. Portfolio analysis, including the calculations. Masaryk investment theory and money laundering. Cybercrime and cybersecurity, right? And for the paper 3 is 3 structured questions based on research activities. This paper will test knowledge of financial services concept contained in the syllabus and research skill relevant to financial services. All right, so you guys ensure that you go through this video again so you can, for French, paper 2, unit 1, gender roles, role of the media, religion, education, crime and violence, employment and end employment. Maishali, big up yourself. I know you're doing French, girl. You go, girl. And this one says all novels and themes are prescribed in the examination by the syllabus. It requires students to study. I'm sorry, I cannot take this call at the moment. Okay, I will get back to you. All novels and themes are prescribed in the examination by the syllabus. It requires students to choose study and prepare to respond to questions and specific texts and themes for the examination. Oh, but this is unit 1 for French. All right. And this is also unit 1 for history. All right. Paper 2, consequences of Spanish settlement in the Americas. 2, comparative analysis of Caribbean and South American indigenous people. Survival strategies of enslaved people in the Caribbean. That's 3, dismantlement of the Caribbean slave system. 80, big up yourself, 80, you push for the abolition of slavery. So 1804 to 1825. Now, so far now,